Hello, I'm still in my basement, just in a bit of a different spot because I had some lighting issues. Yesterday, I received some sad news. My friend, Captain David Sanderson of Church Army UK, died on Sunday. Although it will probably never be confirmed, it's possible that the cause of his death was COVID-19. Some of you may have met David and his wife Nanette when they came to help with ministry at the then very new Taylor College about 20 years ago. David had just retired and he helped us to set on our way, and also in the selection of new faculty members. I found his wisdom and experience exceptional and essential. As we travel this road with Jesus, there are some people who, even at a distance, inspire us. I first met David in 1975. I had been asked by another Church Army officer, Captain Dennis Oxley, to volunteer as a member of his beach mission team. He was leading the ministry at Great Yarmouth. It was my first real experience of ministry beyond my home parish. We went onto the beach every day, told stories, sang hymns, played games with the children, and talked to the adults. At the time, David coordinated the whole of the what we called summer work along that particular coast. David was commissioned into Church Army in 1957 and worked on what were then known as the caravans. These were literally horse-drawn caravans, which travelled from village to village between September and June, doing parish missions. David, as the young buck of the team back in those days, had a motorcycle. So one of his tasks was each time that they moved, he had to ride off to the next stop and find a farmer who was willing to provide a horse to pull the caravan. In the summer, the evangelists left their homes, literally their caravan, and went to work on the beaches. In the early 1960s, as the world began to change, the caravans were taken off the roads and mobile mission teams using cars emerged. From that time on, David took on a number of roles in Church Army, always involved in being creative in the proclamation of the gospel, one-on-one or to groups. His final piece of full-time ministry with Nanette took place on a housing development known as the Manor in Sheffield. I'd worked there a few years previously as a student, and it was one of the toughest places to minister that I've ever encountered. In retirement, they continued their active ministry through the local church in Chesterfield. David's life was lived through the huge changes which took place in Western society from the middle of the 20th century to the present. He constantly sought ways to communicate the love of Jesus in new and appropriate means. He has been an inspiration to me, and he gives us direction in this current climate. We do not know what the changes will be after COVID-19. What we do know is that there will be a need to adapt for the love of God in Christ and how it is communicated. David's example is one of being so focused on the need for others to experience the good news that he was always able to pivot to achieve it. And that is the challenge that we will face in the coming days. And so, rest in peace, David. good and faithful servant.